Unbelievable, yeah. It really is a wonderful exhibition.
Yes, Mike, and a very important one.
Of course, yeah. Now that piece there is very striking, yeah, isn't it? Though a tad abstract, perhaps, yeah, would you say?
That's a fire extinguisher, Mike.
Wonderful, yeah. What's the title?
No, Mike, it's a fire extinguisher hanging on the wall.
Fire extinguisher hanging on the wall, indeed. The title is so evocative, isn't it, really? So redolent of a post-neo, ultra-crazy...
Mike. You see, it just happens to be hanging there.
Oh, naturellement, yeah. It could just as easily be stood on the ground or on a table, but the artist chose to hang it. Symbolic, perhaps, of hanging to our lives by a thread, do you think? Death by fire and all of that?
No, Mike, it's only there to put out fires.
Highly symbolic, I agree. Putting out fires, a sign of purification, that striking red motif, the cold, steely texture, and that hose effect, a phallic metaphor, of course. Who is the artist?
The fire brigade, Mike. Now, if you'll just come over here, I'd like to have a
so
look at
the boys in the helmets, well, fair dues to them, that's what I say. They all got together, put their hearts and souls into it, and came up with this delightful exhibit.
It's not an exhibit, Mike.
Yeah,
no,
not an exhibit. Extraordinary, yeah, well... Just because they are firemen, perhaps? Disgraceful snobbery on the part of the organisers, I should have thought. In any other country of the world, that would be a winning award. If we had even...
No, Mike, the point is, it's not art.
Not art, indeed.
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just a fire extinguisher for use in the event of a fire. It has nothing to do with the exhibition at all.
Well, there you are then, the incredible story of the fire extinguisher that everyone was fooled into thinking was part of that extraordinary exhibition of new Irish art, and caused a huge furore on the local art scene indeed. You know, strangely enough now, I did a little documentary on the fire brigade a few years ago, you know, a sort of PR thing, and there was this charming fella there.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you.
Wake up, Maggie. The party's over. Yes, indeedy. It's your favourite TD DJ on FGFM, morning, noon and night. Of course, we have our own no number one now, you know, in Fine Gael. Johnny Baby. We have a no broom, and we're going to sweep clean. Sweep Fianna Fáil out of power. We are the party. Johnny said it. The party of Ireland and the party of Europe. We're the party of Africa and the party of Afghanistan. We are the world. We are the people. It's all going to be different under Johnny Baby. Of course, he didn't get there on his own, you know. Certain people had to help him to the throne. I'm naming no names. Modesty forbids yours truly from claiming his due share of the credit. But I think we have a new star. I know we have a new star. We have made a new star, haven't we, Johnny? We made you. You heard his press conference this week. Fine Gael are the people. First, we're going to end the war in the Gulf. Then we're going to find a cure for cancer. We'll not only be organising parties, we'll be throwing them. There's so much talent in our party. John will be giving an opportunity to those in the back benches to sit on the front benches. Not mine, I hope, Johnny baby. You wouldn't want to vex someone as senior as myself, Johnny, or we might call you Al. And you know how we dealt with him?
This case is one of the most serious to come before a court in this jurisdiction, Your Honour, certainly in my memory. The accused is, to my mind...
Who is the accused?
The accused man is a man who styles himself... one moment, Your Honour, to consult my solicitor. Who the hell is he again? One Desmond O'Malley, whose guilt we will show the court to be palpable, irrefutable, and manifest.
What exactly is he accused of?
Well, if it pleases the bench, the matters whereof we speak are unsuitable for the ears of the general public. If it pleases my lord, perhaps the court should be cleared.
Please continue. What is he accused of?
Desmond J. O'Malley stands accused, Your Holiness, of attempted reform on the legal system.
Oh, dear. Oh, disgraceful.
Quinsworth cuts a dash and cuts the cost of your shopping. Buy a farm fresh chicken at Quinsworth and get 2 free cases of champagne and your money back. Need a pint of milk? Buy it at Quinsworth and we throw in a cow absolutely free. And in our fresh fruit department, every orange you buy entitles you to 2 return tickets to California to see your very own 100-acre orange grove with a 5-bedroom villa thrown in. Avail now of our free delivery service, and you get to keep the car it arrives in with a non-returnable chauffeur. Quinsworth. Now that's real value.
What I'm trying to tell you, PJ, is that we have just visited the greatest centre of culture in the modern world. What I wouldn't give to turn Marion Square into the Elysian Fields and government buildings into the Elysee Palace.
Now, boss, the new buildings we took over from UCD will be magic altogether. Your own Elysee.
Yeah, I could drive up like...
Oh, sweep! You could sweep!
Yeah, I could sweep up to my palace, to the Doyle, in one of those French cars. You know, like Day of the Jackal. What about the shagging ushers? Could we get the lads, to wear silver helmets and stuff?
I'll have a word with RTE and see if they have any gear in the wardrobe.
I'd be the true world figure then.
Oh, you already are, boss, you are. Should have met about you in Paris.
Indeed. Look at it below there. Paris. It's a great city. La belle ville de Paris.
Oh, you're fluent, boss. Later on to be giving you a phone, yeah?
Why not? After all, France is my spiritual home.
No, boss.
It's not widely known, perhaps, that many of my people went on the flight of the Earls. They were wild geese.
Wild man yourself, boss.
My great-grandfather's people were Bonapartes. Napoleon is a personal ancestor of mine. Even to this day, I have relatives who are personal security advisors in Corsica, while Grand-Père Jean-Pierre Hockey had his own vineyards and wine fields in the Loire, and my grandmama was a garlic crusher in Metz. She was in the resistance, was arrested by the Gestapo for her table manners in a bistro near Montmartre. And apart from 1939, when I cancelled a cycling holiday along the Maginot Line, I went to France every summer, but I confess I never managed to learn that much of the language, as my cousins, the Marceaus, were people of few words. But I carry the song of the Seine in my heart and pine for Provence in equal measure. And the Eiffel Tower is a beacon to my soul.
There's the Ballymun Towers now, boss. Don't forget, you'll have the lads in the cabinet to put the manners on this week.
Paris, Gorbachev, Bush, Thatcher, the summit. Just when I push my burden to the top of the hill and I reach the heights, I roll back down into the mud. I'm a veritable Sisyphus.
No way, boss. You're a man's man.
Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Limerick Treaty 300 is where it's all at. Yes, we've had lots of requests for more poetry and culture here on the Treaty 300 Roadshow, and where better than Limerick to come looking for such things? Limerick is steeped in a great literary tradition going back to the days when the Blind Bards Convention was held annually in King John's Castle. All the blind bards of Ireland would make their way, as best they could, to the gaunt, forbidding fortress that guarded the island of Limerick. And there they would sit, writing satires and beating each other up, which is another great tradition still revered in Limerick today. But enough of the past, what of the present? Poetry flourishes still on the banks of the Shannon, where every Sunday the Treaty 300 Poetry Circle meets and reads. Teams such as the delights of O'Connor's Black Pudding, buying back numbers of Ireland's Own on Little Catherine Street, and urinating from the Whistling Bridge, where we've all passed a lot of water these last 300 years. These are discussed and explored, followed by community singing, corned beef sandwiches, and a short explanation of the meaning of life by a visiting Redemptorist missionary from the Philippines. And now, thanks to Treaty 300, you too can join in the weekly hilarity of our Poetry Circle. Anyone can enter this very simple competition to write an epic poem about Limerick in the style of Homer. The poem need not be longer than 260 8-line Alexandrian verses and should reveal a cosmic vision of our beautiful city while keeping within the bounds of good taste, of course. And the grand prize will be free membership of the Poetry Circle for an entire year and a copy of Father Doyle's book of short verses for adult saints. Now I know a few of you will want to miss this one, so get down and get to it, as a poet might say, and lay that verse on me, baby. Go, go, go with 300.
How are you, love?
Hello, guard. Oh, it is fierce hectic tonight in here, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, another day, another dollar. Or in Gabo's case, another Friday night, another $500,000. He must make a fortune.
Oh, he earns every penny of it.
Oh, indeed he does. Indeed he does. Jammy bastard.
What?
I said he was probably plastered, that last guest.
Yes, he looked a bit tight, all right.
Tight? I heard that he wouldn't spend Christmas. You'd have to laugh at that accountant, though. Fair play to him. I mean...
What?
Gay. Apparently he still has his communion money. Seemingly he forgot to give that to Russell, or he wouldn't even have that now.
Now, Gay's a very nice man. I don't know where he got that idea.
I heard you wouldn't want to invite him round to your house. You get an invoice the next day. Notorious for it.
You're new in here, Gard, aren't you?
Yeah, this is my first week.
God, you'd want to watch what you say about gay around here now. You'll find yourself back wherever you were last. Where were you last, anyway?
Oh, above in Concealy.
Ooh.
Rat infested is right. Only we were there to protect the rat. King Rat.
Okay, good night, Mary. Good night, Guard. God bless now. Cheerio. Bye. Good luck.
Good night, gay.
Good night, Mr. Byrne. Bollocks. Little Noel. Better be on my rounds. See no one is nicking the mast.
Right.
Who's up there? Get down off that roof, you! Victor 1, this is Alpha Bravo Juliet here. Suspect on roof of radio building.
Oh, Jesus, if I'm caught, the boss will have me life!
Sorry, Larry, I'll do what I can, but it looks like you're on your own. Goodbye. Mara!
Yes, boss. Yes.
What kept you?
Well, the traffic on the way out here, boss. And then you can see is a bit of a step, you know, and the security is woges altogether.
Yes, we have a new branch detail.
Yeah.
One that concentrates on the security of the Taoiseach instead of conducting surveys of the rodent population of Kinsale.
Yeah, well, now, this new crowd were over-efficient. I mean, they grabbed me at the gates. For a moment, jeez, I felt like poor old Una Claffey.
Don't mention that, Mara. I don't want lecherous TDs in our party. I have no room for that kind of carry-on.
You have no room for that kind of carry-on. Sure, you can always book one at the Berkeley Quarter somewhere, and then, of course, there's your new office.
Don't be stupid, Mara. You know what I meant. I will not tolerate such carry-on.
Oh, God.
Now, did you get the tapes or not, for God's sake?
Well, I did, but I almost...
Mara, can you not organise a simple piece of larceny? A simple thing like a few tapes? God almighty, Max Sherry and Doherty would have had them on my desk a week ago.
Well, I got them, yes.
And? Did you find it? The one about...
No,
no.
I haven't had a listen yet, boss.
Well, put them on. Tapes. They will be the undoing of us.
And I want to state now categorically, which camera am I on, that I know nothing about any tape. There was no tape. I have never spoken to Jim Duffy or anyone else from the Gay Burn show. I'm putting my reputation on the line, and I'm asking the people of Ireland here to accept that I never contacted President Hillary or Edmund Hillary or anyone called Hillary. I went on questions and answers of my own free will, and I'll go on whichever TV show I feel appropriate, including The Simpsons. I didn't do it. No one saw me do it. You can't prove anything. And eat my shorts. I'm saying this to you now, and I'm asking...
She was a woman and a socialist in a country that knew only the old ways. Now, Warner Brothers present the film of the book of the campaign, the moving story of an Irish Colleen from a cottage in Connemara who rose to the top, our left president. Starring Meryl Streep in her greatest role and her greatest accent.
Mná Heron, come dance with me in Ireland.
Jack Nicholson is the villainous but strangely attractive CJ.
Get that goddamn woman out of my life. Who does she think she is?
And Bob De Niro as poor Brian, the dupe who smiled through it all.
Yeah, there's no problem, Kate. No problem, yeah? You know? Huh?
It's a story of power and passion.
I want you, Mary, and I'm gonna have you.
Of loyalty and betrayal.
I love you so much, CJ.
You got me. But you gotta give up this crazy campaign, Mary.
A true story of Ireland and of a woman who gave up socialism for love. Written by Owen Harris, directed by Jim Sheridan. Our left president. It will make you laugh and cry.
This is the proudest moment of my life.
Well, I guess we're gonna see about that. You know what I'm saying, Mary?
comedy time again with Porrick and the gang and their funny Stone Age ways. Meet the Flynn family in... Meet the Flintstones.
This blasted tie, I can never seem to... Wilma!
Yes, dear?
Fix this owl tie for me, will you, dear? I suppose if I have to turn up at this inauguration thing, I'd better look my best. What's that?
It's my new dress, dear.
What? Is it our anniversary?
No, I'm wearing it for Mrs. Robinson. I thought I should dress for the occasion.
It's black you should be wearing on a day like this.
Oh, Porrick, it's a big day for my Nonna Helen.
Oh, yes, I suppose there won't be a shirt ironed or a bed made in the country today. For God's sake, Wilma, what do you look like cooking the dinner in that get-up?
But I won't be cooking dinner, dear. I'll be at the inauguration.
You certainly will not. The invitation was for me. The little women are not invited.
Oh, Porrick, I've been looking forward to this.
Are you out of your mind, woman? Every important man in the country will be there. Bishops, judges, ex-Taoiseach, captains of industry, Gabo himself, maybe. I'm not having you tagging along, especially not in that gear. You look like a stand at the spring show. Now get back in that kitchen and make us a rasher sandwich. God only knows how long I'll be stuck in the castle before I get a bite.
Well, here's a bite right now, Porrick Flintstone.
Oh, Lord! What are you doing? I'm bleeding. I knew it. That Robinson one has ye all driven mad. I'll set Dino on you, Wilma. I'll go home to Mammy. She'll put manners on you. You wait and see.
Martin Vasquez to Goya Kitchia. Now it's Burashaga.
Oh, Jimmy.
Butcher Gwino.
Oh, Jimmy, no, Jimmy.
What?
You know, don't tease.
Zubizareta.
Oh, Italians, Jimmy, Italians now.
Sure, but let's try a little Portuguese first. Yami Pacheco.
Oh, yes, no, the Italians.
How about some Germans?
Oh, no, Jimmy, no.
Jürgen Klinsmann. Andreas Bremer.
No, Jimmy.
Luther Matthias.
Italians.
Donadoni. Baggio. Bergame. Maldini. De Agostini. Walter Zenga.
Yes,
and Cabarese. Gianluca Viale
and
Salvatore Scalacci.
Now on Ask About Pets, we've another caller. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Hello. I heard someone on earlier about a tame leader. We've exactly the opposite problem. We have a vicious leader.
I see, yeah.
Earlier last week there, he went for two of the candidates in the presidential election.
And who did he go for, Bertie? Bertie, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. He went for two of the candidates, a woman and a man. Both very nice people, but he went for both of them.
And where was this, Bertie?
It was above in the National Stadium. Now, we had another animal. It's a St. Porrick. He went for that unfortunate woman, Mrs. Robinson, and there's some evidence that he has rabies. So we're afraid we're going to have to put him down. But at least we knew this was his form. We're more worried now about the savage leader. It's a kind of cross between a King Charles and a green setter. It looks like a pug. Now we tried to put him down 3 times before. That's about 8 years ago. But the injections didn't work, and now there isn't a vet in the country will handle the job.
Is he particularly vicious, Bertie?
Yeah, he's gone for a few people, and even one of our other favourite pets. We had a curly-haired Taoiseach, lovely, quiet old fool of a bowler, very faithful. Do anything you asked him, but last week the savage leader turned on him. It's like after all these years, there was blood everywhere.
Shame. Next caller.
Hello,
who's that?
Excuse me, I didn't interrupt you.
No, you're on the air, caller.
I know I'm on the air. I've known that for the last 5 seconds.
Well, what's your question?
My problem, and many in the house, is that we have been keeping a tame leader.
No, how old is he?
He's about 42.
42. And what do you think might be the problem, caller?
Well, the problem is that we got him because we wanted him to mind the sheep. But he's turned out to be a bit wayward. He isn't aggressive enough.
Yeah, and have you considered having him, castrated?
Oh, indeed we did. But when we looked, we couldn't find any.
Yeah, next caller.
Now, Eamon, you would appear to have, if you will forgive the unintended pun, got yourself into deep water over your attack on Fungie.
Yes, the so-called dingle dolphin.
An unpopular move?
Yes, of course it is. It's always unpopular when you attack this sort of thing. You see, people don't like to be told that the emperor has no clothes. They've been fed a diet of tabloid drivel about Dingy the dolphin.
Fungie, the dolphin's name is
whatever he's called. Yeah, we've been told that here is an intelligent life force, a mammal, etc. The truth is rather different.
Now, Eamon, it has been scientifically proven that dolphins are very intelligent indeed.
No, my point is that the Joe soaps and the decent skins have told us and would have us believe that fungi is the real thing, the genuine article. But the truth is that fungi is not a great mammal.
Now, if we could pull you up on that.
Firstly, he's a sleight of hand merchant. He is basically a cheap, nasty convict. He is the Paul Gascoigne of the marine world. He has a few tricks, such as nuzzling your belly and hanging out with fishermen. He is for tourists. He is shadow and not substance.
These are very serious charges. Now, can you substantiate any of these?
Yes, they are serious charges. If you ask Mikko Dwyer, great manager, if fungi, the high-flying fungi, ever entered his calculations, you will be greeted by a resounding no. He was never considered for his club. He was never considered for county honours either. When the going got tough against Brian Mullins or Colm O'Rourke, where was fungi? Question.
Well, now, could we...
No, question. The truth, the unpalatable truth, the truth is that when it comes to real championship football, fungi is doing exhibition stuff for boatloads of tourists, doing sweet FA or FAI, if you like, and the rest of the Kerry lads know this.
But, Eamon, it is proved that he is a good boost to the southwest in terms of tourism. I don't think that you can deny that.
That's total nonsense. If Fungie is such a great dolphin, how come he has never been offered a series on TV? Unlike Flipper. Flipper was a great dolphin, a truly great dolphin, who had better dorsal fins, a better snout, and much better weather. When Flipper made those noises, he made it, which was particularly good. I like that. That is credibility. No, I disagree. No,
it is not Flipper.
Fungie is a charlatan. Even Skippy
was a kangaroo.
Yeah, but he had more cred, he had more beauty, and far better noise. He used to do those interesting sort of than my friend Fungie. So others may pine for Fungie, not yours truly. Flipper friendly, yes. Fungie friendly, forget it. I'll have tuna and heavy on the Fungie, Harry. Rejected by Mikko, rejected by the Kerry County Board. The only one who shouldn't reject him is John West.
And of course, Fungie is a personal friend of mine. He comes out to the island for dinner and herring provençal and...
Oh, shut up.
All right, class, time for catechism. Now, who made the world? Let's see. James McGee.
Who made the world? Good question. Let me see. This would have been when? A couple of million years ago, I suppose. I think it was. And it wasn't the big Bulgarian boy, Alex Sokolov.
That's a very simple question, Jimmy.
Couldn't have been the Russian Stepashkin. I don't think it was him.
Jimmy.
My money's on the man who divided the sea from the land. Tremendous week-long performance, creating the world. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the one and only Lord God Almighty, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're not, Jimmy. Now, how many commandments did God give to Moses?
Sister.
Yes, anybody?
Sister.
James McGee, the only one again. Now, it's not fair to leave it all to one boy. All right, James.
Are we talking about the Old Testament?
We are, Seamus.
Let's see now. What have we got? 10 commandments. First, no false gods. Could be tested for idolatry. Second, keep holy the Sabbath day. Why not? It's a big day for sport as well. God must have been a big sports fan. Third, if I recall correctly, is no false gods.
Yes, but how many?
Fourth, honor your father and mother. Why not? About time they won something. All the hard work and toilet training. And fifth is what Mick McCarthy's been getting away with. Murder. So murder, a red card.
How many commandments, James?
Wait a while. Adultery, that's very popular at international level. Bearing false witness, so one thing and another, all in all. Would it be 10 commandments in all?
Correct. Now, who denied our Lord 3 times?
Peter, sister.
Very
sister,
good, James,
Peter.
very
Peter,
good.
sister.
Now, definitely someone else. Who was Peter?
Well, it might have been Hans-Peter Briegel's sister, also very close for Germany in the 1982 World Cup final. Might have been Peter Beardsley, back and forth for England. Great little battle, but he's only 28. We're talking about 33 AD. Couldn't be Pete Kaiser.
And now to that press conference fracas between Mother Teresa and Eamon. Dunphy Eamon here in the studio. It was a little bombastic of you, do you not think?
No, I don't agree. People come to me and they say, why am I criticising Mother Teresa? Mother Teresa is a nun. Well, she is not a nun. A tea towel on your head and good works with India's lower caste.
Sorry,
that doesn't
Eamon.
make you a nun.
Well, let's take that one first. I checked with the Vatican this morning. I've spoke with the Pope. He says she is a nun, unequivocally.
Okay, she is a nun, but she's not a great nun. And this is what Joe Soap, the punter in the street, doesn't understand this. That's what they tell him on the back of the evening press, and he believes it. St. Pat's beat Dundalk, Mother Teresa booked intense tussle. And it's nonsense. They believe this rubbish about her because they don't know what is going on. They've never been a nun. I was. I have been in a nunnery. I know what it's like. So was John Giles. Gilesy was a great nun.
Oh, come on now, I mean,
okay, yes, he was physical with the prioress. He had to be. John had to protect himself. Convents are rough places. Yet here is Mother Mother Teresa, all pals with world leaders, with the Bob Geldofs, etc. But she is not great, not a real pro. Have you ever asked yourself why? Why, if she is such a great nun, has Kenny Dalglish never made a move for Mother Teresa?
No.
You see, these are the questions which I want to put on the agenda. The truth is, Kenny Dalglish won't touch her. Liverpool don't want 7 stones of Serbo-Croatian spouting septuagenarian hurtling down a wing at Anfield, upsetting delicate rhythms which have been established between Barnes and Beardsley. She'd be found out by the likes of Ronnie Whelan, and that is why, when Jack Charlton left Ronnie Whelan off the bench in Rome, the silence from her was deafening. And Calcutta had nothing to say because Mother Teresa hasn't got the pace to beat an international defender.
Except Mick McCarthy.
Except Mick McCarthy.
Rathkeil, Mecca of the West, home of the wanderer and shopping capital of the hemisphere. Just look at that brand new colour television, mister. Go on, take it, a fiver to you. A fiver to you if you buy that lovely roller carpet, man. Don't step on the baby there. Hey, you young fella, get off the roof of me highest. What you think you're doing? Pure new wool, that is, ma'am. Oh, I'm telling you now, Jerry Collins did walk about on that carpet, I swear it, last election. A lovely man. Tried vote for them flying if they give us the vote. It reminds me of my own husband. Get away from that clacks, young fellas. Get on off the roof of that highest. Go on. Don't step on me, baby.
Rathkeil is where it's at. Rathkeil is the biz. Whether it's carpets or clock radios, get your high ace into gear and come down to where the good times roll. Rathkeil, it's high ace heaven.
And now it's comedy time with the 1916 gang in I Love Percy.
Maybe it's Dev. He'll be down in Boland's Mills again. It's more likely Piercy. Why, it's Piercy! Hello, Corey.
Hiya, gang.
For a moment, I thought it would be Dev.
You know Dev.
He'll be down in Boland's Mills again.
Say, would you guys like to go to the post office?
Easter Sunday, go to the post office? Okay, but what's happening?
A rising.
Oh, no, not another rising.
Why not, for crying out loud? Everybody be there.
Not Dev.
You're right.
He'll be down in Boland's Mills again. Look, Piercy, remember what happened the last time.
Come on, it'll be different this time.
You and your big ideas. Last time we went for a day out to Hove, you had to go and spoil it all by taking those stupid rifles off the Asgard. Meanwhile, Roger got into trouble with that stupid submarine off Banna Strand. And all those things they said about him in the court. And now you want a rising.
There.
Oh, Thoric, every time you do this sort of thing, we get into trouble with General French.
Dev is not worried about getting into trouble, and neither am I.
Of course Dev's not worried. He's got American citizenship.
Hey, cheer up. That'll be Uncle James from the Gorbals. Hi, Jimmy.
See you, Porrick.
Ladies and gentlemen, why, it's Jimmy Connolly.
Now see here. This Dublin's a strange sort of place. Oh, aye. People play with the proclamations and that. No, I mean, I just wanted to buy a stamp at the post office. The next thing you know, I've half the bloody British Empire trying to mollicate me. Gunboats on the Liffey, the bloody lot.
Wonder who that is.
Well, it'll no be Dev, because he'll be down at Boland's Mills again.
Why, if it isn't Yatesy, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to hear a poem, everyone?
Give us a poem, Billy.
Oh, aye, give us a poem and don't be hanging around like a fat in a phone box.
I'll write it in a verse, MacDonagh and MacBride and Connolly and Pearse. Now and in time to be, wherever green is worn, are changed utterly. A terrible beauty is born.
Oh, Billy, that was sweet. A terrible beauty. More like a terrible pity that that's all we have time for this week.
And I Love
Piercy was recorded in front of a dead audience and is now playing nightly in Belfast, Crossmaglen, Armagh, Derry.
And Yuri! Bye-bye, folks!
Bye-bye.
Bye!
See you!
Bye! See you again.
Peace.